Hey everyone, it's John at National Sports Entertainment, and once again, Merry Christmas. I wanted to go into the Buccaneers game tonight. I'll do a recap too, but we're having a good day. Rams looking good. Packers came through on an important leg, 3 for us, and basketball's looking pretty good. So I'm looking at the Bucs Cardinals game here. And there's not much, in my opinion, that's going to happen. I do think the Bucs are going to win this game because I think they're going to lose one of the next 2 weeks where they should, like against the Panthers or Falcons. Probably against the Falcons. And you look at their record against the spread. Not that they can't continue down that road because they can. But I think that if they give the Bucs the win, they just give them a decisive one. I think for just a second, people need to remember that this team has a chance of winning the Super Bowl. And I think they want to pin all the playoff teams in that fashion. And outside of a surprise win earlier this year, the Bucs really haven't done that. So the spread's 7.5. Of course, I always buy if it's a half, I'll buy it to the 7. Again, more often than not, it won't matter. But in this case, I like it, so I'm going to buy it to the 7. But my theory here is more of just a shellacking by the Bucs. Just so some people might actually think they're pretty good until they lose next week or something. But yeah, looking, like I said, nothing crazy. Again, not a great week, last week, but we closed out most of our open sequences with basketball. If the Rams hold, we got them +3. We also got the over on that game, looking good, over 33. And then the Packers came through. So, yeah, nothing crazy. I just do like the Bucs. And I'm going to do later tonight the NFC South road to the playoffs. We'll look at different teams, the Panthers, what happens if the Panthers beat the Bucs next week, like I think might happen. And it makes it pretty interesting. So I think they're doing that on purpose. I could certainly see the Bucs losing and the whole division being just that bad. There's been a couple upsets already. And again, I do think there's some games where they need to make Brady look relatively strong, and also the Bucs in general. And 7.5, a lot of people I think are going to like Arizona at home there. Another reason I like the Bucs, same reason I liked Bill Belichick to cover in Arizona last week, I think it was. It's Tom Brady playing in the home of the Super Bowl. It's one of those ritualistic things that I just see them doing. So I really do like the Bucs there. And then I want to go into, before I forget, so yeah, Bucs -7, I'm going to buy a half. So we missed the Knicks, but we doubled up on the Mavs, which is great. That's always what I do. And I like the Bucs even more now. They're in action, but because no dogs have won yet, or even covered for that matter. So I think that's interesting. Like I said in my last video, I like the Warriors at home to cover. And then this last game, I've gone back and forth a few times. They have officially cleared Booker. So I think people are going to look. And what's funny was the Suns were 3.5. They cleared Booker. Now they're 4. So it's pretty interesting that they would not move closer to +2 or something. And I have this theory. So Embiid won, Luka won. We'll have to see what happens with Giannis. I have a feeling they're pushing the international players. So officially, I do like the Nuggets here, -4. I do think they cover. I think the close games are going to be the Bucs-Celtics game and probably the Warriors, closer than people think. So, of course, they're not going to have, all games. The first 2 weren't really close. The first was, but then it was kind of, as far as like the final 4 minutes, we kind of knew who was going to win in both games. And usually, especially on a Christmas schedule, at least 2 games are going to come down close. That's why I do like getting the points with both the Bucs and the Warriors. And because of the metrics, I like them as well as the Nuggets. I like my original theory that they're going to let teams tee off on the Suns because the Suns are already established as like a top team in the West. So the Pelicans destroy them. Then it's the Blazers' turn. Now it's the Nuggets' turn. The Grizzlies just did it. So that's just my opinion. If Booker was out, I could see people fading them, and I'd probably be on them. But since he's playing, I think it makes much more sense that the Nuggets cover the 4, especially since apparently Booker's worth a -0.5 point for the team. Instead of moving closer to being favored, say they move to bigger dogs. So Bucs is literally tipping off right now. If you want some live action, I do like the Bucs. They're getting 5 as we speak, so we'll have to see what happens in that game. 5.5. I locked in at 5, so I'm not getting that half. But I want to get this out, so if you guys want some live, if for whatever reason you missed my last video, I do like the Bucs. But the video is really about the other Bucs, Tampa Bay Bucs, buying down the 7, and I think they cover that. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.